Hello everyone, welcome back to another coffee talk, this kind of micro podcast thing where I talk about whatever I feel about talking about. And today I'm going to talk about informal economy, especially because I'm here in Guinea-Bissau and this is where the majority of the revenue streams come from here. So I'm so excited about this topic, which if you don't know, I am an economics major. First of all, let's just address this hair, because I did this like 2 days ago because my aunt kept telling me to try to do this. And if you don't know, my family is from Guinea, that's why I came here to do an internship in a bank, so I'm going to address topics related to this. I just came to meet my family, to work and to explore as well. And I just did this 2 days ago because this is not very professional and it really hurts my head. Say that informal economy, if you don't know what it is, it's basically any kind of economic activity that it's not subject to taxation or to regulation by the government. And it's the majority of the business that it's done here, because most people, they just collect a certain amount of goods and then they sell it on the streets. And the way the marketing is done is very much by word of mouth and just people know which product is the best or just which people are the nicest. There's also the political issue, which I'm not gonna dig deep into. There's not a proper documentation that supports what they're saying. Again, going back into the economy, here you have that the economy in general relies on two different points. Around 70% of the economy relies on external investment. A lot from Portugal because it's an ex-colony and from other countries as well. And this 30%, the majority of this 30% comes from these seasonal exportation of cashew nuts. That actually it's starting right now. But the main issue is that, so people who have a lot of money, because if you don't, it's not possible to actually make money out of this, they buy the cashew nuts from the inside of the country, they bring it here, then they export it to India or to Vietnam or Pakistan. And then from these places is where the transformation is made, and then they just package it and they sell it to Europe. So the cashew nuts, I would think you probably eat, go through all this cycle, which is something a lot of people don't know, that one of the best cashew nuts in the world comes from Guinea-Bissau. The government gets a piece of the value that it's exporting through taxation. And for one reason or another, the investors that come to invest in this business are external investors. The thing is that the government is engaging in a price war with these investors and these basically business people, because they delay the beginning to end of May. So they have been doing this, and this leads to the price decreasing because it's rainy season. And the price decreases, and when they have the cashew nuts just laying in there, it's harder for them to sell it because the quality is not the same. So they have been subject to rain, which means that Indian people can say stuff like, oh, now we're not sure about the quality, so we're not sure about buying it. So it has happened that this suddenly became a very risky investment because they cannot sell it because they have no buyers, which is something that should not be done because Guinea-Bissau, they do not have the capacity to actually engage in this counter-cyclical economic regression and without external investment. And if they don't have their main economic driver, which is the cashew nut, then they also cannot sustain themselves and turn the economy around. GDP has been growing steadily since 2015, contrary to what I thought, but then obviously COVID outbreak, so now it's around minus 2.8%. I've been working in a bank and I've been changing sections, but for the majority of my time there, I just spent in the credits and risk sections. But one thing I was most surprised with is that everything I learned in university, I just had to break everything that I knew before. So I reviewed several business cases of people that were planning on expanding their businesses or just investing in general. I would always ask, so where's the accounting? We need to calculate ratios. We need to see like return on investment. Like, what is happening? How can I say if like someone's asking for 2 million euros, and how can I say that the bank should give them these 2 million euros if they do not have predictions of how the future business is going to look like? And I die because I mean, this is economy, right? This is finance, this is accounting, and they do not have a proper accounting, and they still get a lot of money because people just trust them. So this background check is the most important thing. Another thing that I would like to emphasize, especially because I'm here and I just see so many opportunities, the economy is not saturated because there's so many things missing that you can literally start anything and it can be successful. So for example, you have restoration is amazing, just arts in general could potentially be an opportunity, just centralization hubs would work as well. If I would have the money, I would invest here. I would start a business here. Unfortunately, I don't, but I will leave this in my mind for just future occasions. I could go on forever because this is a topic that's so interesting for me, but I guess I'm just gonna finish here. Also, I don't know, what do you think would be also good opportunities for developing countries? What do you think that can be done? Just as a business, just as to help, what areas of improvement would you like to look at? Sometimes I cannot take myself serious with this, but that was we have. So thank you for watching. I love you. See you next time. Comment down your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel.